Hey there, I'm Craig. Today we're going to cover off AI acronyms. Now, if you've been in tech, it's all about acronyms. AI, obviously, artificial intelligence. There are so many LLMs. Today we just want to cover off kind of the common ones out there, just so you can start to learn a little bit more about what each one is. So, I'm curious, what AI term has tripped you up recently? Drop it in the comments below and, subscribe for more beginner friendly insights on AI like this. So why do these matter? AI is everywhere. It's in phones. It's in cars. Acronyms like DL, ML, RL. All these things can be a bit confusing. So understanding them helps you follow along with kind of what's going on in AI, and helps you understand the products in this industry as it grows. So let's start with the first one, AI, artificial intelligence. This is the main word out there, that main acronym, machines mimicking human intelligence. That's really what artificial intelligence is. Think of it like problem solving, learning, decision making. The examples are out there everywhere. Siri, Netflix recommendations, Chat GPT, all of these things kind of fall under the all encompassing artificial intelligence name, or AI. ML, machine learning. Now, this is a subset of artificial intelligence. This is systems that are learning from data and improve over time. So the machines are learning. So you can think of like spam filters getting better at catching junk. That's one of the main ones. Probably we all don't really know what's going on, but why you don't get a lot of spam is that your Gmail or whatever account you use is constantly looking at the spam that's coming in. It's learning, adding that to its filters. At its basic level, that's machine learning. It gets more complex than that, but that's kind of a good example. GAN, generative adversarial network. This is where two AI models compete, looking for, one generates data, like fake images, and one judges if it's real. So a lot of this is, AI that's looking to see if it's AI. So content that's been written by AI, it uses GAN to do that kind of stuff. So, it can also be the tool that's used to create realistic photos, art, and the deep fakes you're seeing out there. LLMs, so large language model. Again, this is probably the most common one. Chat GPT, Grok. They're trained on massive data sets to really, build their kind of like language and the knowledge. And they're the ones that generate the human like language. So things you see like content marketing, when you're asking Chat GPT a question and writing stories, again, it uses these large language models to do that. ANI, artificial narrow intelligence. So this is today's AI. It's designed for specific tasks. Examples out there are like voice assistants, recommendation algorithms, those kinds of things. So ANI. SVM, so support vector machine. This is a machine learning algorithm for classification, finds the best boundary to separate data sets. A little bit more technical, this one, but again, used for sorting emails, spam versus not spam is an example. So, again, really good for classification of data. GPT, again, we all know Chat GPT, so generative pre-trained transformer. This is the tech behind Chat GPT and many of the other AI tools you're seeing out there. So trained on huge data sets to generate text. Uses answering question, writing content, poetry, stories. If you've used Chat GPT, you know what this one is here. ASR, automatic speech recognition. So this converts spoken word to text. So, as I'm talking through, think like otter.ai, tools like that basically, power your voice assistant. So you speak into Google and it, types out the text. Your transcription service in Zoom or in Teams, is using the automatic speech recognition to do this. So Assembly.ai, 11 Labs, Amazon Transcribe, and many, many other ones out there are, ASR being used there. RPA, so robotic process automation. This is again an acronym that's just really about software for repetitive tasks, so data entry. These are software robots that emulate human actions interacting with digital systems. Fortra, Unipath, Nintex, these are tools out there that are focused on RPA. RL, reinforcement learning. So again, this is where machine learning and AI learns by trial and error. So gets rewards for good decisions. It's used in gameplay like AI AlphaGo, and also used in robotics. DNN, deep neural networks. So this is neural networks with many layers used in DL for complex problems. Examples are speech recognition, game strategy. Again, very complex for neural networks. So DNN. Uh, NLP. So also probably heard as neural linguistic programming, but this is more natural language processing in this case. So AI that's focused on human language. It enables the translation apps, voice assistance, and sentiment analysis. So again, used for that kind of voice to text as well. RNN, recurrent neural network. So a type of neural network for sequential data for speech text. It remembers previous inputs. An example is like predicting the next word in a sentence. So that's recurrent neural network. Again, that RNN acronym used there. API. So again, this is not necessarily an AI term, but API is application programming interface. So most applications out there, including Chat GPT and Instagram and Facebook and all these products out there, these software platforms have APIs where you can interact with them. So it lets systems talk to each other, and these are what developers used, to connect different systems together. So API, pretty common term out there. VAE, variational auto encoders. So this generates new data images. Think DALI. It learns patterns from existing data. It's very creative, a little less famous than the GANs. DL, deep learning. Okay, so this is a type of machine learning, ML, using neural networks. So many layers to analyze complex patterns. And this is what powers facial recognition, self-driving cars. Again, deep learning, really getting very deep into the data, and the machine actually learning, very complex, very intricate patterns. TTS, text to speech. So everybody has this in their assistants. If you ever want to type text, a lot of people use this in text where you're just talking to the computer and it's turning it, it's the opposite. It's taking the text and turning it to speech. So tools like 11 Labs do this, where it takes your spoken word and can turn it into text. Tools like Substack do this, where they can read out your text blog posts into audio so that people can listen to your text rather than actually having to read it. So we talked about this already. Neural networks, these are the backbones of DL algorithms modeled after brain neurons. Things that you can identify a cat in a photo. So, if you plug in an image into Chat GPT, for example, and you ask it to, look at this picture and change it, that's using neural network technology to basically identify that data inside the image and then use that as inputs for future things. BERT, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. A long one here, but this is a NLP model here for understanding the context in text. So it looks at words before and after. It's used in search engines, chat bots. Whenever you want, your chat model to analyze text, and provide meaning behind it in context. So very interesting thing going on there. Again, BERT is the acronym. CV, computer vision. Now this is again, this is used in retailers. This is used in video identifying information and stuff. So computer vision is basically it can see inside the video. So it can interpret images. It can interpret videos. Used in medical imaging, autonomous vehicles. Again, very powerful AI technology here. CNN, the convolution neural network. So again, another type of neural network for image analysis. You can spot patterns, edges, shapes, used for identifying objects in photos. So again, CNN. LSTM, long short-term memory. Again, better at remembering long sequences used in speech recognition, time series forecasting. Again, LSTM, very interesting. IoT. So this is another not so much AI, but Internet of Things. This is about connected devices, your smart thermostat. Again, APIs into these devices are what you allow you to connect software with hardware, and yeah, often paired with AI for making smarter decisions. AGI, artificial general intelligence. This is the dream. AI that matches human versatility. So they keep predicting this is coming close, but again, we're not here yet. This is about performing very intelligent tasks and general intelligence with the computer. So we'll see where this goes. Very interesting, but. Anyway, thank you for your time and attention. Please like and subscribe to this video. If you have other acronyms you don't know what they're about, drop them in the comments below. We can do another video. But yeah, look forward to seeing more of you on here, and check out some other videos. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.